So Summrs, one of the most talked about and fastest growing underground artists these past few years, and saw a lot of success, especially this year, being signed to a deal with 10K Projects and dropping 3 pretty solid projects this year. But besides the music, another thing that Summrs is really known for is his altercations with other artists, with some notable ones being SoFaygo, Iayze, and most recently being Homixide Gang, the famous Opium duo. And now the beef between R and Opium is not anything new, as taking it back to last year, basically Summrs posted an Instagram story basically flexing his streams being top 5 in the underground at the time. And at the time, this obviously being in 2022, Summrs obviously had more streams than Ken Carson. And Ken then responded on his Twitter with a series of tweets, with a iconic tweet saying "post your shows gang lol," and which many people at the time thought that this actually was aimed at Summrs, but was actually aimed at Ken instead, because Ken and Ken have been having a ongoing beef with Ken, even calling Ken a biting ass rapper. And with Ken responding saying that he can drop whenever he wants, since he's not signed to a label, and then led to diss tracks being traded. But since then, nothing really happened between Ken and Ken Carson. Since then, everything pretty much cooled down, and it seemed like Summrs even messed with Ken Carson, posting a video of himself listening to A Great Chaos literally a week before this altercation did actually happen. But all this changed literally 2 weeks ago at none other than Box Fest New York. And at this show, Summrs performed, put on an absolute show, but when Homixide Gang was performing, things took a turn. Basically, some stuff took place backstage. Apparently, according to Summrs man, he actually was asking the Homixide manager for some water, and Homicide's manager did actually take Summrs asking for water the wrong way, and then leading to an altercation happening backstage, and then that shit must have escalated to on stage, where the fight did actually break out. 30 Homixide Gang members actually went mayhem on Summrs. Fans were still doing moshes when the fight was happening, which I found to be absolutely hilarious. And then after, Summrs leaves the venue and everything seems to calm down. And by the looks of it, Summrs looked in pretty good shape besides a few scratches and his dreads falling out, which a fan even posted on Grilled for 20,000 or some shit, bro. That's absolutely crazy. And he also made a post with the caption that actually was changed, saying that he actually did this all for Ken. And many people thought that this actually was referring to the Ken and Ken Carson beef, which is honestly crazy, because right after Summrs got jumped, this is what he actually posted on his Instagram story. Homixide Gang responded to all this, posting pictures of his jewelry saying it's fake, saying y'all should come get it. And Summrs' brother Desire responded to all this, saying that he's gonna run it back at their next show, which they ended up canceling immediately after. And then also said that he's gonna be at the Antagonist show in Houston, since that's where most of Summrs and them live. And apparently Cardi and Opium have 3 shows back to back in Houston for the Antagonist tour. And around the time this actually did take place, Summrs followed Benji Blue Bills, and Benji Blue Bills is associated with Ola Runs, who's been beefing with Cardi and Homixide for years. And people were saying that Summrs and Cardi's ops are gonna slide on Homixide Gang during the Antagonist show. Personally, man, I don't know, it's really just a follow. And if something does end up happening during the Antagonist tour, it obviously won't just involve Homixide Gang and Summrs, it'll involve all of Opium looking some shit like this, bruh. But since then, it really hasn't escalated, so we just have to wait and see what happens. Summrs even dropped a diss track on a Youngboy beat. Hey man, this is absolutely hard, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Homixide has yet to actually respond with any diss track. I know some other Homixide members have teased diss track, but Bino and Michi haven't dropped a response beside this story from Bino. And this post by Homixide Gang saying that they don't promote violence. Yeah, I don't know about that, bruh. Ultimately, Summrs wins this battle. Not only was he standing on business, as corny as that does sound, surviving a 1v20. Homixide probably can't even respond and do a Summrs did, dropping a diss track, because I don't think Cardi will allow him to fucking drop anything. Everyone was on Summrs' side, because at the end of the day, Summrs has a cult fan base. And for Homixide, although I do fuck with their music heavy, man, most people mess with Homixide because he's signed to Cardi. And if y'all in the comments saying that I'm hating on Homixide, I'm literally a fan. I was at their concert fucking 5 months ago, bruh. Anyway, I'm gonna let my boy Duty cook.
With the Summrs and Homixide Gang situation, out of everything, you wouldn't even think this was finna be a scenario. Everything was supposed to go formal, regular performance, And out of nowhere, we see Summrs tackle a nigga like he Ray Lewis. And Homixide Gang is Homixide Gang. After Summrs did what he did, I think we all knew he was finna get jumped. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I feel like it was lame to just jump a nigga, but their name is Homixide Gang. You feel me? After this whole situation, you start to get a lot more information about what really happened. And it turns out this whole scenario was a huge confusion. After Summrs got done performing performing, he tried to leave. But we all know that Summrs got the brain of a damn bird, so he didn't know where he was going. And somehow, Summrs found his way into the green room. And when he got into the green room, the nigga wanted some water. And as he drinking his water, one of the managers from Homixide Gang came up to him and they told, bro, you gotta get the fuck out. But y'all know how Summrs is. This nigga was born for that beef shit. Summrs don't like the way this nigga was telling him to get out. And Summrs told, bro, you gonna have to take me out with force, cause I ain't no bitch. And when they try to take him out with force, that's when this shit got on stage. And now we got a whole underground war with Summrs and Homixide Gang. And the only reason why this situation is so bad, Summrs ain't just get jumped, he got disrespect. What would you do if these niggas took your chain, your hair, and they jumped you? So at this point, I feel like both Homixide Gang and Summrs got they wrong. And we won't be able to see anything really happen until January, the Antagonist tour. Cause you got a lot of people on Summrs side saying they ready to get that shit back. It was DUTIE talking. Let me pass it back to John.
So yeah, man, as Duty said, we gotta wait till the Antagonist tour in January to see who really wins the war between Double R and Opium. Besides that, I appreciate you guys for making it to the end of the video. If you guys enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe for more hip-hop content. And hey man, shout out to my boy Duty for actually hopping on this video, man. He's been going crazy lately. And hey, peace and out.